You look like you're struggling a little bit there. Are you
Oh my gosh! Julie Westercamp, you're like a tennis legend in Dubuque. Led Wahlert to a championship last year. Club Pro, Alpine instructor. I mean, wow. Do you think you can give me some tips? I mean, I'm working really hard out there. I'm focused. I'm wearing plaid shorts.
Shorts look good.
Yeah. What do you think?
Good.
What do you think?
Well, just from taking a look at your technique and form and that, and I'm thinking maybe you should try golf.
Hello everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Telegraph Herald More Than the Score, presented by Dubuque Auto Plaza. I am your host, Steve Ortman. We are on location this week at Dubuque Wahlert High School, the campus of Dubuque Wahlert. We're at the Bernie O'Connor Tennis Center, here to check up with the Golden Eagles boys tennis team. They won the Class 1A state championship last season, tied for a record 9th state championship in the state. We're going to see if they got what it takes to get back to that state level here this season. And to start off, very special guest. I am joined now by Julie Westercamp, the coach of the Wahlert tennis team last season. Now, of course, you're still involved. Last season, your first year as a coach, coming in here with Wahlert, you guys win the state championship. I mean, is that anything you really could have imagined?
No, that was very special. We had two senior boys, Jackson Takis and Michael Shear, that led the crew, and then we had four sophomores that played with them. And Eric and I couldn't have had a better season. The boys just played well. Jackson and Michael were great leaders, and the sophomores just rose to the challenge of getting a state title.
Sure. You win state championship. Yep. Then come February, you get some news that certainly has changed your life. Talk a little bit about that.
Yep, in February I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Not the nicest thing you ever want to get, but I'm battling it hard. I have great doctors here in Dubuque and in Madison. I get to be with the boys as much as possible. I'm doing chemo like every 2 weeks. I do it for 2 days, and I have 12 days off, so that gives me some time that I can get out here and spend with the boys. The boys have been extremely amazing. I've done some really great things, after hearing the news that I had cancer. It's just a great group of people to be around.
Sure, and now the support has been, surprising, would you say, amazing. You look at the GoFundMe campaign this team started, over $40,000 has been donated to your battle with this disease. Talk about that, the emotions you must be feeling with all that outpouring of support.
It's the only thing that makes me cry is to think about all the nice things that people have done, and people, the tennis community, my Bobcat family out at Western Dubuque, the Wahlert family, the Dubuque Golf and Country Club family, people that I taught many years ago. I'm hearing from people that I taught back in the 80s, and it's kind of neat, and all the tennis people that have been amazing, and the boys, and it's overwhelming. It's just we hear about so many bad things in the world that this shows you how really good people are, how kind and generous and supportive, and I feel like I'm going through this battle with about 300 other people, which is easier to do than battling it by yourself,
Yeah. Now, still involved, obviously. You come out as much as you can. What drives you to get back out here and, still want to be part of this team as much as possible?
Eric, Amy, and the boys. The boys and Eric and Amy it's an amazing family, great group of guys. They're so driven. They've got a goal in mind, and I figure if they can get out here and work hard every day, then I think I can show them that I can get out here as much as I can and help them. And I think we're good for each other, you know.
And lastly, what have you seen? Obviously, defending state champs. What have you seen from these boys here early in the spring, from Coach Lucy, that makes you think these guys have a chance to get back down there and defend their championship?
Their big heart. They've got a huge heart. They want to come to practice every day. They love challenging each other. They love going and battling in matches, and they have a no quit attitude. So I guess I have to do that too. No quit attitude.
Absolutely. Well, Julie, thanks again. Certainly everyone at the Telegraph Herald supports you. Good luck. Take care in your fight. If you want to donate to the GoFundMe campaign as Julie battles this horrible disease that's affected by so many people across the world, we got a little graphic right here. There it is. That's where you can go. Right there. You see it, Julie? Right there.
I got it, yep.
Yep, there it is. There it is.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, I am now joined here by Dubuque Wahlert boys tennis coach Eric Lucy. Eric, thanks for being on the show. Now, last year you were an assistant under Julie. What'd you learn from her as you prepared to be able to come in and take over the head role of the program this year?
Well, Julie, I mean, I would not have enough time to learn everything that would be required to be a head coach. I handle all the logistics, the background stuff, and I can help out with some of the fundamentals, but the strategy in that, Julie really is the key to that. And so having Amy Walsh come here this year with all her experience, that really helps fill that void.
Yeah, can you talk about Amy a little bit? Obviously, she's pretty experienced in the game and is a big boost for you guys as an assistant.
Oh, absolutely. She's got 4 years worth of state experience in high school, and then she went to Arizona State D1 and played there and did very well. And so she has a lot of knowledge for the intricacies of the game and the strategy when they're actually out there playing. That's a blind spot for me, so it's a huge benefit.
Sure. Now, you learn about the diagnosis of Julie. What was going through your mind, the emotions of the team as you guys had to prepare to move on?
That she called me on a Sunday, and it just a huge kick in the stomach. I mean, for a variety of reasons. The first, obviously, her health. Right. But immediately the two of us started talking about we got to talk to the boys, and we wanted them to hear about it before they heard it from anybody else. They wanted to hear it from her. So we called a meeting at school. She hadn't told anybody else yet at this point, and they thought we were going to talk about uniforms or something. And so when we, had Julie announce what was going on, you could just see the emotion in their face, and she was actually holding up better than the rest of us. But the boys were really mature. They asked a lot of great questions. We were in there for probably a good hour or so, and everyone gave her a hug, and just right away the boys were trying to figure out what can we do to help Julie. So it was, the season immediately was determined. This is for Julie.
Yep. And then you asked yourselves, what could you do for her? Talk a little bit about the GoFundMe campaign. It's been really getting results.
Yeah, well, I had several people reach out to me from the school and outside of the school, and wondering, hey, is there something we can do? Because Julie and I talk, pretty frequently, and I said, well, let me do a little check-in, and somebody had mentioned this GoFundMe campaign. I had a little help setting it up. And boy, it just took off like wildfire. It's been amazing how quickly the response was, and you can just see from the comments the outpouring of support that everyone has.
All right, I'm joined now by junior Jack Lucy. Jack, you play number 2 singles, number 1 doubles for this team. State championship last year, 5-0 to start the season. What have you seen through the off season, entering this season now that tells you? That shows you this team has what it takes to get back down to that state level?
Well, we've seen everyone playing a lot in the off season, especially past 2 months before, where I'm seeing kids every single day at Alpine working, grinding as much as they can, and now everyone comes out here and they're as ready as they could be for the season and excited for it.
Sure. Now, defending your state championship, obviously motivation as it is, but to see what Julie Westercamp's going through, how much more determination does that give you guys?
I think that's increases it tenfold, not even close than it was before. I think the championship for me it's a big deal, but making Julie proud is by far the biggest motivation, I think, for everyone on the team.
Sure. Now, lastly, your coach is, your dad. Fun or a pain?
Yeah, it's fun for the most part. I mean, it's a pain sometimes when I come home and it's the only thing he's talking about, but otherwise, for the most part, I enjoy it. I really do. Yeah, it's nice.
All right, now we're joined by junior Riley Collins, plays number 1 singles, number 1 doubles with Jack Lucy here for the Golden Eagles. Exciting, obviously, to win a state championship last year as a sophomore. What has shown you here so far early in the spring season that this is a team that can get back and defend the championship?
I think we're showing hard work through practice, and everything we've done through the offseason is hopefully starting to pay off. We'll get into a couple tough matches starting with Xavier yesterday, so just to continue the hot streak.
Now, obviously the diagnosis of Julie with pancreatic cancer stage 3, tough moment for this team. What has it shown from this team to band together, the GoFundMe campaign, all the support that she's been giving?
I think she's inspired us all to work harder because the situation that she's in has taught us about, she'll never give up. So in our match, we'll just keep that mentality and not give up on whether it's a point or the game or set, whatever.
Now, I did some investigative journalism, looked through a lot of records, spent a lot of time in the library, the courthouses. Your father is Loras College president Jim Collins, is that right?
Correct.
Now, is it true, because I've heard through the grapevine, Steve Ortman, Loras College graduate, 2007, I know I'm an old man, is it true that all he talks about is, when Steve was the sports editor of the Lorien, the student newspaper, it was the best, and oh man, with Steve not there anymore, the Lorien just isn't the same. Does he talk about that all the time?
To be honest with you, Steve, I never heard your name before this interview. Sorry.
All right, well, I think that wraps it up for the interviews, so I think we're all good.
Well, man, what's up? Forgot about me.
Who are you?
Louis Songs. I play the number 4.
Who?
Louis Songs. I play the number 4 for the Wahlert Eagles.
Yeah, I see you got a shirt there. You play?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Gosh. God, have I seen you before? That's my bad. I must not have been paying enough attention.
It's all right.
Well, obviously this lineup stacked coming back from last season.
Yeah.
So, how motivated are you guys to get back down to the state tournament and defend the championship?
Oh, I think we're as motivated as we've ever been. Last year wasn't as expected. And now there's a lot of pressure on us. They've done it once, why can't they do it again? So, and now we got even more of a reason to fight. Coach Westy. So I think we got a lot of different things driving us, and might just do it.
Yeah, and target on your back now this season, certainly a little different.
Yep.
How do you think the guys have been answering the challenge so far?
After last night against Xavier, we answered it pretty well, but we're for sure not done. We'll see them again, and we just got to stay grinding out here, stay prepared.
All right, that's good. Whatever. Well, that is going to do it for this week's edition of Telegraph Herald. More in the Score, presented by Dubuque Auto Plaza. I'm your host, Steve Ortman. And folks, I've come here and I've seen everything I need to see. I'm a straight shooter. I'm not going to blow smoke. I'm just not sure if this Wahlert team has what it takes to get back down to the state tournament without Jackson Takis. I'm not going to lie to you great folks of the Tri-States. I just can't sit here and sugarcoat it. I got to tell it like it is. And without Jackson Takis, one of the, easily, my buddy, of course, one of the best, test players of all. I'm just kidding. Come on, guys.